So, pain in the ball of your feet commonly gets the term metatarsalgia, or people say, I've been diagnosed with metatarsalgia. Bit of a pet hate of mine. Metatarsalgia itself isn't a diagnosis. All it is a posh word for saying I've got pain in the ball of the feet. It doesn't actually tell me what's actually going on. So just a few quick common things that I see with regards to why you get pain in the ball of your feet. So we have metatarsals, these long toe bones here, longer than most people think, and this is the bone that we saw actually David Beckham break, and then he was in that big aircast walker which got the name Beckham boot. So in between these toe bones we have nerves that gives us obviously our feeling in our feet, in our toes. Now particularly between your third and your fourth metatarsal we can get an enlargement of the nerve called a neuroma, and anything between the third and fourth is called a Morton's neuroma. You can get a neuroma between any of the other intermetatarsal spaces, however it's just not called a Morton's neuroma, they've all got different names. What you'll tend to find with pain there is that it is described as very sharp, and you can get some associated numbness going all the way into the toes. And actually people can describe the pain as very much like a light switch. So it's either there in the background and all of a sudden, bam, the pain is so intense, but then it settles really, really quickly. Tends to be aggravated by things like flip-flops, high heels, narrow shoes. Other things that I tend to see are actually a thing that a lot of people haven't heard of, and it's called a plantar plate injury. So, the plantar plate is actually an extension of your plantar fascia. So, if we look at the side on the foot, the Achilles tendon comes down, round, turns into the plantar fascia, then goes all the way to the base of your metatarsals here. And then it turns into something called the plantar plate, which then is responsible for attaching your metatarsal to your toe bones. Just a bit of useless information. The toe bones are called phalanxes, and then the plural phalanges. So, the aim of the plantar plate is to help stabilize your toes and stop them from going into sort of hammer toe deformities. So if you ever see someone with a hammer toe deformity, the chances are their plantar plate isn't functioning anymore. People often come and say it feels like a walker's on a pebble. You can get some swelling from time to time, and it's normally, it comes on over a period of months. We can see acute ruptures, but it tends to come on gradually. And a final thing that I tend to see are stress fractures within the metatarsal. Very common in runners, especially in runners who have decided to up their mileage really, really quick, or decided to transition from running on the hill to the ball of their foot very, very quickly. The thing that will give me alarm bells that stress fractures are present is that you'll tend to get a constant dull ache all the time. So you'll go for a run and it will still ache for days afterwards. And you can also get some quite nasty, intense aches at night. And the key thing is also that I will be able to palpate along the metatarsal, and there will be one particular pinpoint location. So you could almost drop a pin on it, and the pain, you'll go from no pain to, oh my God, this is horrendous. And actually then we need to start following it up with scans. So for example, if you think someone's had a stress fracture, actually an x-ray in the first couple of weeks isn't going to tell us much, because the bone hasn't had time to adapt, and we're not going to see those changes on x-ray. So which is actually, we start to look at MRI scans, and they are just 3 quick things that I tend to see in clinic that you get pain in the ball of the foot. There are hundreds more, so we can sort of stop trying to use this term metatarsalgia, and actually we can start diagnosing the problem. And when you diagnose a problem, we can formulate a suitable treatment plan, and obviously getting people back to activity